So this week we're planning out what we're going to put in our city during our next meet together. I'm using my sketchbook, but you can use scrap paper, anything you have lying around. Note cards is fine too. And I actually have my piece that I did together at our last meeting here. And I'm actually going to sketch it really quick. And that's more just to help me plan. So I know where the pieces of my community are. Now I have a road, so I know I'm probably going to want to put something on that road, and I have a big grassy area. I wouldn't put a car over there. So my community, I'm going to need some buildings or houses, but I also need to think about what other things I'd want in my community. What other things do I think are important in a community? I personally think that a hospital would be very important, so that if anybody gets hurt, there's a place to go. I also think it would be nice if there were places to shop or places to eat, maybe grocery store. But you can go into way more detail about what kind of buildings you want and where you think they should go too. I probably wouldn't put the hospital way over here because I think maybe the road should lead to the hospital. Maybe that's where the road will end. I mentioned I want to put a big building right here to hide this little gap. That would be a good one to do. So maybe I'll put the hospital right there. Make it a big one too, like a big building. And I can add to my sketch. It can be a little messy. One of the things I might want to put in my community is an ambulance. Maybe that could be my car. That would be more of a detail. So cars, some of you might decide to do a fire station and there's a fire truck, or maybe there's a taxi because you've decided you want this to look more like a city and you have a big road going all the way across. Maybe I'll have some extra hills or extra houses further back that are smaller. Maybe there's a tree on this one. That could look cool. I'll say trees. Maybe we'll do a garden. Maybe I could do a garden here where the tree is. Picnic. That would be a fun detail to put in my hill. It's really helpful that I have this here so I can see how much I think I can fit and how much I'm not sure I can fit. Maybe I could do a pool, a community pool. I'll put a question mark. I'm not sure if I want to do a pool, but I think that would be neat over here. I could do a playground for the kids. I do want to put some more houses though, and make sure that there's houses in my community because people have to live there. And they don't all have to look the same. I could have a house that's long and a house that's short. I'm changing my mind since I don't have a lot of space here, and I think a picnic would be a fun thing to put in my picture. I'll have more houses, but maybe there's a pond over here and a picnic blanket. So maybe this house is a little too big. You don't have to put your houses exactly where your sketch is either. This is just a plan. So I'll have my picnic blanket here. And if I have time, I could even try and make a little basket for my picnic. I'll put down here pond. I kind of like that better than the pool idea for me. But you might really think, wow, no, a pool is really important to my community because I really like swimming and I think a lot of other people do. So you have to make a list of what you think is important in your city or community or town. You decide. Make sure that you have a plan that has a lot of options, because once we start cutting out things and putting them down, if you don't have a plan, you're going to have a lot more trouble filling your space up. You might make a couple houses and go, I don't know what else to do. But if you have a list of things or some ideas or a sketch like I did, you're going to have a much better idea of what you need to make, what colors you might want, what sizes you're going to need things to be, which is why it's so important to plan things ahead of time. Bring your plan to our next live meeting together, and don't forget, you need construction paper, scissors, and glue. And that construction paper can also be stuff left over from our other projects, like the pattern paper or the cut paper shapes. If you don't have these, it's okay. What you need at least is the construction paper packet that you have in your art kit with lots of different colors, okay? My construction paper pack's a bit different than yours, but bring your pack so you have lots of things to choose from next week. Paper, scissors, glue, and your plan.